Damn, that was quick. Dope's first again. What's up, Fireman? What's up, Scythe? What's up, Allie? How's everybody doing? I just, I've been studying all day, and I told you guys I would stream, and that's why I gotta do it. I'm doing a little break from my studying. I basically have been studying all day, and then I watched an episode of anime, then I studied more, and then I got so pissed off at my latest quiz that I wanted to stream a bit, just chill. Like, I just wanted to chill, but it's gonna be a shorter stream, but this is relevant because my next video is like essentially the basis of this. Now, this will not be the thumbnail of the video. I'm gonna be changing it up, but the video that's gonna be uploaded next on my channel, it's could Pain steal Asta's devil? Because in Naruto, Pain wanted to steal or take the different tailed beasts, and tailed beasts are called demons, and so like could Pain steal Liba from Asta because Asta's a devil, and it could could Pain use Liba for the same goal, and we are using the Witch's Forest Black Bulls for the video. It's actually a collaboration with Spooner. He knows a lot about Naruto, and we decided to do Witch's Forest Black Bulls because we wanted to do an interesting battle, and if we used later versions, even he is if we used Noct by himself, just bodies the Paths of Pain. So we picked Black Bulls from the Witch's Forest art. So the Black Bulls, if you actually think about it, the Black Bulls are not broken at that point. They're pretty strong, but they're not nearly to the level of brokenness that they get later on. The Witch's Forest arc, Asta's country level. He's actually above country level. Oh, yeah. What's up, Bloom Bob? You got off work? Nice. Well, that's awesome. I'm taking a break from studying. But honestly, so I had read Naruto before. I had read Naruto in 2018, the summer of 2018. That's when I read Naruto. I bought every single volume and I read it. And, I liked it, and I did want to make videos on it. But then, kind of Black Clover and My Academia, took over, and I wanted to focus on them. And so Naruto kind of fell on the wayside. But I've always liked Naruto. But doing this video and, watching some episodes, seeing clips to edit the video, reading parts of the manga again, it makes me want to read Naruto again. But if you guys end up liking the video, just gonna want more possible matchups you guys would want. What are other matchups you guys would like with Black Clover versus Naruto? Saying Noct solo as a Paths of Pain is interesting. That's just how strong power creep is in Black Clover. Because we're kind of saying in the video, and we'll show why. At least in terms of attack potency and stuff. The top tier Black Bulls are comparable to the Paths of Pain. Asta star level. Ayo, Pimp Demon, member for 1 month. Appreciate that. I found the truth. What Broku likes. I love Black Clover. Ryupo versus Team 8. Asta versus Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange violates. I'm on my Discord. When my Discord's active, I'm on it a lot. But I'm on it a little bit every day. Lucifer versus Madara. That's actually one thing we've discussed about possibly doing. Lucifer versus Madara. But yeah, guys. I was so pissed. I took a break from studying because I was taking one of my quizzes, and you can retake your quizzes an infinite amount of times to get and I'm trying to get a 4.0 this term. So I took my quiz the first time, I got an 85%. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna retake this, and I was really weirded out though because I'm taking psychology, and the question that it was worth several points, and it was the only thing I got wrong was It was the anatomy of a neuron, and I know for a fact I got it right because after got the results of my quiz, I looked at the anatomy of the neuron, and I got the exact answers that are stated on the study guide. And I retook the quiz, and I changed my answers, which are the only possible. Like if I flipped them, if they were, because it's like it was 5 different pieces of the neuron, and I got 3 of them correct and 2 wrong, which means that if that's wrong, then I would just need to flip them, and then I would have 100%. And I did that, and not only it did not fix my score. Somehow putting every other answer the same exact way, but then flipping the only 2 answers I got wrong, dropped my score to a 75%. So, and I did that again, and I got a 75% again. And I did it again, and I got a 75% again. Finally, I took it, and for some reason it worked, even though I put the same exact answers every time, and I got a 90%. So, like, I was just, like, so dead. So yeah, I'm like, shit, you know? I said I was going to stream today, and I'm just going to do it because I need a break. I originally wasn't going to stream because I just lost too much time. I picked the worst time to going back to, like, full-time student college because, like, my next 2 videos are fucking massive. So, like, the next video, like I said, it's Black Bulls versus Pain, essentially. It would have been able to come out this week, but what happened is so Speeder and I, we recorded it last week, and, well, we couldn't finish it because it was too long and I need to go to class. Because we just have like very opposite schedules, so it's hard to get together. We only have a certain amount of time. So we got like 75% of it recorded, and then we were gonna record early this week, but then a storm in his area knocked out his Wi-Fi, so we couldn't record till today. So that's kind of why. What's one of the reasons why it got delayed is Spinner's Wi-Fi, but also I just have I have 2 exams next week. I had a presentation yesterday. I have a paper due tomorrow, and other homework too. So it's like, school's unfortunately the priority, even though I like YouTube, I'm still, grinding it out, but, yes, I have seen chapter 349. I don't want to talk about it too much. Like I said, I don't like to talk about unofficial chapters too much for spoilers. Like, if there was a way that I knew that everybody in here wasn't, didn't care about spoilers or they've already read it, then I would talk about it. But which is funny though, because I'll talk about it on Sunday when I do my review of the official chapter. Which is funny because what I'm going to be bringing up, they aren't even shown in the official chapters. But if you read the 2 of the editor notes of the current arc of Black Clover that take place in the Land of the Sun, if you read the editor's note from chapter 339, and then you read the editor's note from chapter 349, which is the chapter that just came out, it essentially proves that Asta surpassed True Devil Union. So that's funny because I know a lot of people have given me shit for saying that, but this latest chapter actually just the editor blatantly confirms that Asta surpassed True Devil Union. Azuki and Naruto versus All Devils. That's a good one, Dope. I was actually thinking about that as a possible one earlier, which I'm glad you say it, because like, just because I think something might be a good idea doesn't mean it is. But when somebody else says it, that makes it more likely. So that's a good idea. So yeah, what other ideas do you guys want? Or I guess, let's just talk about Naruto, but if you want any of their verses, you can bring them up. But mainly, let's talk about Black Clover versus Naruto. Yeah. Well, all XD anime, all the scaling does show that Partial W Asta has surpassed True Devil Union, but like the statements from the editor has essentially confirmed it. Mariano versus Tsunade. I was also thinking maybe, if Ausir ever got character development, maybe Ausir Silva versus Tsunade. Uh-oh, we got big debates going on in the chat. I'm here for it. XD anime, I am doing Bleach versus Black Clover. I actually have a video planned, I think it's next month, or it's either late February or early March, and it's Asta versus the Espada. Konoha 11 versus Magic Knights. Equal speed Yuno versus Sasuke. That'd actually be interesting. That's actually, even just take out the equal speed, Yuno versus Sasuke would probably pop off. Asta versus Naruto as well. A good one, Justin. Yeah, Asta versus Naruto. I remember all of like the big, like back in the day when I was first doing YouTube videos on Black Clover, and everyone we do Naruto crossover videos, they wanted Julius. What's with the W Broku stuff going on? They wanted Julius versus Minato, Julius versus Naruto, or Asta versus Naruto. And then I think Yami versus Kakashi as well. Ooh, Pimp Demon upgraded. Ooh, you upgraded Wizard King. Hell yeah. Thanks for the support. And yeah, now you get a bunch of extra videos you can watch. And I will have the next members videos out this weekend too. Big W's. And we got Silver, another member in here. Appreciate that. Well, now that we got, you know, a fair amount of Wizard Kings, you guys need to comment on the Wizard King videos. Because we need to get the Wizard King roundtable. We need to get that. Year 5 Luffy versus Devil Unions at Nostum. I mean, Luffy stuff, like, me doing One Piece stuff would be a long ways away because right now I'm reading Fairy Tail. And that's going to take a while. I also want to do martial content, but... I do think that Yuno and Asta's rivalry better. It is better than Naruto and Sasuke's Tigrini, but I also like Naruto and Sasuke's. This could have been a video. This is a video, Maharaga. My next video is could Pain steal Asta's devil? It's a long ass video. It's gonna be at least a 30-minute video, probably 35 to 40 minutes, which is crazy because it might be back-to-back 40-minute videos for you guys. Pimp Demon reading Fairy Tail, I think you mean Friendship. I mean, every anime or manga has, every battle anime or manga has power of friendship. I think Fairy Tail's, when people attack it for power of friendship, it's a little bit overrated. Like, I feel like the equivalent critique of saying that power of friendship for Fairy Tail is saying that Naruto is a ripoff of, or Black Clover is a ripoff of Naruto. Hey Broku, how would Asta's and anti-magic interact with Pain's chakra? So we actually talk about that in the video. I don't want to give away too much for the videos, or for the Black Bulls versus Pain. But we do talk about that. We talk about anti-magic versus chakra. Broku give a spoiler, Asta takes a dub or not. For which one? For the Black Bulls versus Pain? Brantley, that's a good point. I'm really hoping that the movie actually upscales Lumiere, because I think that Tabata writing it so that essentially Lumiere is a fodder character now, like Magna would, like, I kind of want to make a video on it. Maybe I should do a YouTube short. Sorry guys, I'm putting a cough drop in. I had acid reflux last night because I had a shit ton of fruit before bed, and the acid from the fruit ruined my throat. But I almost want to do a YouTube short or a TikTok of Magna versus Lumiere and Licht, because unironically he would body the both of them at once. And in my opinion, that's not good. Is Scythe still in here? Scythe asked me so many questions, it's kind of funny. Not that I am annoyed or anything. Uh-oh, chat just disappeared. Okay, there, now it's back. Not the goon Magna. Magna unironically bodies. You know, you know what? I'm gonna talk about that right now, and then I can clip that and make a segment of it. Alright. Oh shit. I don't have any scans ready. Do you think? Do I think Asta would ever do Death Thrust again? Yes. I think he'll do it with Zeton. I think. So, oh wait, I'll answer Blue Bob your question. So, Wizard King members, you get an extra video every week because what is it? Vice Captain members, they get 1 video a week. Wizard King members, they get 2 videos a week, and they get access to every video early. And there's supposed to be every month a Wizard King roundtable where all of us get into a call and we just chill, talk about Black Clover, whatever. You guys can ask me questions or whatever, and just chill out, have fun. But it's hard to get everybody into a thing, and not everybody's responding. I mean, I can see you guys are watching the members' videos, but I don't know. Maybe you guys are just too busy, but I'm gonna try and find scans to show you why Magna, unironically... Oh, I can't even bring up scans, because it's in the anime canon. Okay, I'll just talk about it. I won't show you guys any scans, but you can... I mean, I've talked about it in videos before, but... Anyways, so the reason why Magna, like, unironically, just bodies Licht and Lumiere. Actually, he maybe doesn't body them. He probably does, but he definitely beats them in a 2v1. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, Licht and Lumiere, if they teamed up, like the Elfark versions of them, they would get beaten by Magna. Now, the reason for this is a mixture of the anime canon and the light novel, which adds context to the anime canon. So, if you look at what we see Licht and Lumiere do in the Elfark, they are weaker than suppressed Zagrid. Even Licht with his ultimate magic was weaker than Zagrid, because it said that it barely put a dent in Zagrid's magic power. So, that's what we know about Licht and Lumiere. They're weaker than Zagrid by a considerable margin. And we know that Asta, in his black form, he scales relative-ish to Licht and Lumiere and his black form. He's weaker. He needs Black Divider to be stronger than them, but what happens? And sorry if I'm suck. Like my throat really hurts really bad. Sorry, I have a cough drop in, but you're gonna have to deal with it. But what happens is Asta gets getting stronger and stronger and stronger over the anime canon. And so what happens when you get to the anime canon? The episode where they go to the Jolton volcano again, but this time they go underground. And basically, it is so strong, this Jolton volcano, that the entrance of it is hotter than the regular volcano that they were trained in before, and it gets hotter and harder to go through the deeper they go. And Asta can't go through it in his base. He has to create a new technique called anti-monoskin, and it's basically stated that these characters doing this training are getting stronger by the second while they're doing this training, and Magna and Luck are there. And what happens is they keep getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the dungeon, and they're getting better and better and better with their control. And what happens is they run into this giant spider. And this spider is strong enough so that when Asta goes into his black form, he gets bodied by it. He gets bodied by the spider. And Leopold does better against that spider than Black Asta. Which means that at the very least, Leopold scales to Black Asta. And this is a Black Asta, who, as I said, has already been getting stronger by the second in this training. By getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, he's getting deeper. He's getting stronger and stronger the deeper he gets. And then he loses to the spider, and Leopold does better. So Leopold scales to this Black Asta that is way stronger than the Black Asta that was relative to Licht and Lumiere. And then, what happens is, Leopold gets even stronger. Leopold fights a magic golem, and he is weaker than the magic golem. And then Magna comes in and one-shots the magic golem. So Magna one-shots a magic golem that could not be defeated by a Leopold who scales above Black Asta, who was a way stronger Black Asta that was relative to Licht and Lumiere. And it gets even crazier, because in the anime canon, after this point, after Magna's already surpassed Black Asta, what happens is he gets another massive amp. So there's this, if you guys don't remember, and I saw the super chat, I will get to it in a sec. Actually, I'll just do it right now, just in case it goes away. But from Pimp Team, and thank you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what currency that is, NOK, but thanks for the 20 NOK super chat. Appreciate that. Asta versus Hades from Record of Ragnarok. Damn, thanks for reminding me. I need to get caught up on Record of Ragnarok. I'm like 2 years behind on that manga. It was one of my favorite manga of all time, but it's hard for me to keep up with monthly series, so thanks for reminding me. And that's also a good suggestion. Appreciate that. I definitely do want to do Black Clover and Record of Ragnarok not collaboration, but if like let's say Black Clover characters represented humanity for Record of Ragnarok, and they fought against the gods. I think that'd be a cool idea. So thanks, Pimp. Thanks, Pimp Team. That's a really good idea. But back to Magna. Is that so? We already showed you Magna. He scales above Black Asta. A Black Asta is way stronger than one that was relative to Licht and Lumiere. So that means that this Magna right here should already like be able to put up a good fight against Licht or Lumiere. Maybe even put up a good fight against both of them at the same time. But the crazy thing is that in this training arc, Magna gets returned to his manic mana state. Now, this is a term that I made up. I just call it this because that's what it looks like. If you guys don't remember when Asta went back to the Black Bull's base after the Witch's Forest, and then we see Luck and Magna, they're both like charged with mana, they're floating, they look a little bit different. That is actually, we get more information on that from the light novel, but that's the manic mana state I'm talking about. Is they get that again in the anime canon. And in the light novel, it states that it's greater than a 25 times multiplier. And so basically you get this from, so Luck and Magna fought a golem. This golem is actually stated to be as strong as the Yami that fought Raya, Fauna, and Veto at the same time. It's stated to be as strong as that Yami. And they beat it, but when they beat it, after beating it together, they only have 4% of their power left. And then they run into 10 more magic golems. Each of them are stronger than the original magic golem. And then they get the manic mana state that makes it so they can actually defeat the 10 golems. Which means that because they were at only 4% power, getting the manic mana state was more than a 25 times multiplier. So, what that means is that Magna has gotten 25 times stronger again. And if you're wondering, it is confirmed by Julius in the light novel that when Luck and Magna get that manic mana state, they absorb it. Like it just becomes their new base power. So Magna is well over 25 times stronger than a Black Asta that was way stronger than a Black Asta that was relative to Licht and Lumiere. So and then this Magna gets even stronger because it's just at the beginning of the time skip. So Magna unironically beats Licht and Lumiere at the same time. Gotta love Black Clover scaling. Alright, I'm looking at the chat now. What do you guys... Oh, Dragon Ball Z Immeasurable Speed. Guys, if you want the Haku debunks and a message to Power Scaling channel. Are y'all in the Power Scaling channel right now? I'm gonna see what y'all are up to in there. Yeah, y'all are talking right now. Oh no, that was a bit ago. Jesse, or I think that's Scythe, asked what's the difference between Dimension Slash and Dimension Slash Equinox. So, the difference between Dimension Slash and Dimension Slash Equinox is that Equinox is used with Monozone, so it'd be way stronger and has a greater range and therefore would be faster. So it's, you know, bigger, stronger, faster, used with Monozone. Magna, yep, Magna Goat, guys. It's unironically Magna is Wizard King level for scaling above Licht and Lumiere. Pimp Demon, yeah, I remember that too. I remember when Julius used to be such a weakling before Lucius. Yep, that. I mean, it really wasn't even Lucius because, like I said in my Julius video, right after I made my Julius's weak video over a year ago, I discovered the light novel stuff, and I discovered the feat that I had missed. Nobody was talking about it though, but Goofy, Dragon Ball's FTL to FPL plus max. If you're talking about like OG Dragon Ball, okay, but if you're talking about Dragon Ball Z or just Dragon Ball as a whole, including Super and whatever, it's way above FTL plus. Yeah, Mimosa, unironically. That's another video I could do, or a stream segment or a short. Mimosa unironically drags Licht and Lumiere. So sad. Like, because she stalemated a 50% Dark Disciple, and even the 40% Dark Disciple skill above Zagrid, so she literally stalemated somebody who's 25% stronger than Zagrid. And, like, Zagrid, full power, is way above Licht and Lumiere. Oh. Yes, I already answered your question in the Discord. Death Rust scales above Equinox. I'll just show the scan. Like, it's like pretty much stated. Scaling doesn't take narrative into account. It's hard to think about personally. That's not true. I think that you're kind of right, but it's not completely true. Because scaling, the narrative takes a huge part into scaling. Like statements and, you know, lore. That's a huge part of scaling, even in Black Clover. But I think what you mean is, like, the narrative. Like, Lumiere and Licht it's the Wizard King and the Elf Chieftain. They should be, some peasant human like Magna should not be above them, narratively. And maybe that's true, but if we go by the laws of the power system of Black Clover, and, you know, go off of feats, Magna is above them. I need to find the Black Clover manga. I'll just go to Biz. And I'll just show you Scythe, and I guess anybody else who has the question, because this is actually still a pretty commonly asked question I see. Dimension Slash versus Death Rust, which is stronger. But yeah, I'll show you. So, this is Yami versus Dante. Yami does Dimension Slash against Dante's Singularity, and it gets warped away. And he says he actually warped my Dimension Slash. Now he says he could attack Dante's Singularity with his black hole. But then he would lose his black hole. He needs the black hole to fight. So he can't do that. So this is what Yami thinks. Whoa, wait. Even if I cut him, he just regenerates. There's no point. It'll have to be something faster, tougher, an attack with power or else. So he says he needs an attack that's faster and tougher. And he talks about power. And then Yami says, I'm gonna surpass my limits. Remember, at that point, he has Dimension Slash Equinox, so if he's surpassing his limits, then he's surpassing Dimension Slash Equinox. And boom. The Singularity's right here. He doesn't do anything to warp the Death Rust, and just goes right past it, right through it, and kills him. Not kills him, just blows a hole through him. But you can see back here that the Singularity, it's only right here, right? But it's affecting the Dimension Slash over here. So even if it's right here like it was when the Death Rust hit, it should have warped it right here, but it didn't, which means that it's stronger than the Singularity. And also it'd be faster, because that's what Yami said he needed. So yeah, there's proof right there that Yami is or not Yami, but the Yami's Death Thrust is stronger and faster than even Dimension Slash Equinox. It doesn't matter if he'd never used Equinox, though, Goofy. Like, if he thought Equinox would have worked, he would have used it. And he says he needs to surpass his limits. And, what was his limit before that? Dimension Slash Equinox was the strongest spell. If he surpassed his limits, that means that Death Threat's stronger. And he said he needed an attack with power, and it was tougher and faster. He already had Dimension Slash Equinox, so if Equinox fit that bill, he would have used it, which means Death Thrust scales above it. So it doesn't matter if he didn't use it. So. Oh no, what's with the Seth the Programmer slander? Is what valid? Broku, what are your predictions on the next chapter? If you're talking about 350, I think that we are going to get a plot twist at the end of the chapter. Mr. Crafty, honestly, I've only read like the first, I can't remember if it's 1 or 2 volumes of Magi. And I know that Magi is broken, so it's likely he would be really good, because he'd be stronger than anybody in Black Clover. But I don't know much about him as a character. All I know is that Magi's broken. It's a good series, but I've only read like the first 1 or 2 volumes. Nathan, the Narutoverse scaling overall is overblown / overrated through data book and novel statements. Black Clover scaling is heavily downplayed with feats. But you have to think, Nathan. One of the basis of Black Clover scaling right now, for what I use and a lot of people use, is a data book statement from the Fire Spirit Salamander. And the light novel statements haven't had crazy feats, but they've given us really useful multipliers. And if it's canon, what's wrong with it, you know? I mean, I get what you mean, because I think that, yeah, you know, if it happens in the manga, it's a lot more convincing, and it seems a lot more logical, but if the novels are canon, and the whole point of a data book is to provide more information, you know what I mean? I get what you're saying, though. What's up, Aaron Chong? EC scaling is good. I like it. Yeah, I think Black Clover scaling is fun. Wait for Equinox Death Thrust. It's 10 times stronger. Well, guys, just wait till Yami comes to the Land of the Sun, gets a scroll, learns Zetten faster than Asta, and then we get new spells, maybe combo spells between his Grimoire and his scroll. He gets a magic power ramp by having a scroll. He gets Death Thrust Zetten. He gets Dimension Slash Zetten. He gets Black Moon Zetten. Like, it's gonna be wild. Silver XB, is the moon scaling and Black Clover actually validated, or is it just patchwork? I mean, I don't know. Like, I know what patchwork means, but I don't get what you are meaning by it. It's not patchwork, because I think it fits perfectly. Because you have the salamander stated to be multi-continental. And then the high end of that salamander feat is it's a nearly moon level. It's 70% of the way to moon level. And then a couple arcs later, Dorothy, who scales above that salamander, creates a moon. Possibly 2. It's either Dorothy or Reeve created the moons, or one of them made each one. But there was 2 moons created, there's 2 characters, so it's likely, you know, they each created one. And if you have a character who is weaker than them, performing a multi-continental calculation, a feat that's multi-continental and calculated to be 70% to moon level, and then you have a character creating a moon, and you have it stated that whatever they visualize is the real thing that they create, and Dorothy has seen the moon in her world because the Black Clover world has a moon, then it would be very likely that she just literally created a moon. And then it's further supported because we know that Lucifero is many thousand times stronger than Dorothy at that point, and to be many thousand times above moon level is planet level, and Lucifero has 3 planetary statements. So I think it is very well supported. But I'm also kind of getting on board to higher levels of Black Clover scaling. But you guys will see that probably in a long time. Villain. Why do you think Lucius didn't take Beelzebub's power for himself, as he would have control over time and space, which would make him more broken? I think that it's possible he still has it. I mean, if he has some sort of imagine if he has a power like Raya where you can copy magic. He might still have it. We have to remember, guys, is we're only assuming that he just has like all the Cliff-Off Devils, which we don't even know all their powers. We don't know to the extent of soul magic. If he knows like that we know that the connection between magic and a soul is very, very very, very connected. So if he has such a high level of soul knowledge, maybe he could just use somebody's magic power if he's had them before. So I don't necessarily think that means he had to have given up the attribute. And I wouldn't be surprised if he could take him back if he wanted to. Jay, do I think Tabata is going to fumble Lucius? And the answer is no. I don't think so. I think he's going to go down as a very great shonen villain. Oh, thanks for coming in, Crafty. Have a good one, and thanks for coming in. Yeah, guys, Mr. Crafty, him and I are being doing a collab soon, so be sure to check out his channel if you haven't. I mean, guys, I see you guys talking about Black Clover scaling and like what the extent of it will be. I am working on a universal Black Clover video because there's actually a lot of evidence for it. I'm kind of 50-50 on which is the better meta. Planetary, or large planetary now because of Zedden, or universal. Because there's a lot of evidence, like a lot more evidence than you think. Like, for example, you guys, I think somebody brought up Dante and a singularity. A singularity is more impressive than a black hole. Like, a singularity is the point where matter or energy is infinitely dense. So it's infinite energy in a singularity, which infinite energy equates to high universal, which is just infinite power. Now, you might think that sounds crazy, but if you guys read the Yami versus Dante fight, like I'll show you real quick. I think it might be 258, or it's I think it's 257. Yes, 257. So this panel right here, he doesn't die. This is Yami talking about Dante. He doesn't die. He's also crazy and gross, and his power's endless. Now, in part of my research for this Universal Black Clover video, I went and I looked at the raws for this endless statement, and it actually says infinite. It's not endless. The literal translation is infinite. And when you think about it in a power scaling context, if a character does a feat, which physically, a singularity is infinite. It's infinite power. It's infinite energy. And it's stated that Dante has infinite magic power, because it is. In the raws, it says he has infinite power. It's just in the Viz translation it says endless, which, I mean, it's the same thing, but people are weird in like power scaling where they'll say like endless doesn't technically mean infinite. Even though if you look up the definitions of endless or infinite, they'll often mention each other or be the very similar definition. But so you have a character producing a feat, which in order to do so would need infinite energy, and then it's stated that they have infinite energy. That's a pretty solid thing right there. And when you pair that with Dorothy creating an infinite universe, it becomes a bit more solid. But there's even a lot more to it than this, which I'll talk about in the video. But that's a couple of the points. Is that like Dante produces a feat, which in order to do so, if that's a real singularity, he needs infinite energy. And then it's stated he has infinite energy. So that's the craziness. You guys will see. It's actually a lot of there's a lot of evidence for universal Black Clover. Who you got, Ichigo or Naruto end of series? That's really hard to say. Singularity is the center of a black hole where even time and space are distorted. Yeah. And you guys will see that Asta destroying the singularity will be very important to my video coming up in a few weeks, which is can Asta beat Gojo? Oh, Black Clover as an isekai would be awesome. That'd be fun, yeah. I mean, as long as we don't get isekai'd and we're a peasant, that would suck. Because being a peasant in Black Clover would be terrible. No, I don't think Gojo is Universal Plus dope. I think Gojo is one of the most overhyped, wanked characters in all of fiction. Like, it's some of the most overwanked stuff. Like, maybe he's the second most wanked character in fiction besides Saitama. But, I mean, he's still the GOAT, though. I love Gojo. XD Anime. He says, Gojo's, like, planetary, isn't he? Since Yuki is planetary and Gojo far eclipses her. I don't think that is how it would work. Because Gojo being the most powerful sorcerer doesn't mean he has to scale to these crazy things. Because I don't think Gojo should necessarily scale to that black hole feat. Because he doesn't need to be strong to be the strongest sorcerer. Because nobody can touch him in JJK. So it doesn't matter if Yuki creates the black hole. So, because it's not going to touch Gojo because of Infinity. And he has hacks. He doesn't really have, crazy AP. His hollow purple and shit like that. So I don't think it necessarily has to scale to him. That dope. That's his infinite barrier. It's no. It's just Gojo Wink. He doesn't have an infinite size barrier. That's a bad interpretation of what his infinity is. And his infinity, essentially, it's explained in the manga. Like, it's like the turtle and the thing. I can't remember, but like, it's not that it's literally like infinite. It's like infinite. It's more of like infinitesimal. Like, you're getting infinitesimally closer, but you can never reach it. Like, Gojo's just he's a walking no limits fallacy. Like, he is strong. Like, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of characters that are stronger than him that he'd probably beat. But like, he is, you know what I mean. You'll see. I don't want to talk about it too much because I'm gonna do a whole video on it. Can Asta beat Gojo? I already did. Yami could Yami beat Gojo like over a year ago? Yeah, exactly, Kumo. The barrier is just the space around him being divided infinitely. It's not actually like infinite in size. And we know this because if it was infinite in size, then his infinity would be expanding the entire Jujutsu Kaisen world, and nobody would be able to move or do anything. I don't think it's that simple, villain. Just because Asta has anti-magic doesn't mean he could solo, because he has to scale relative to the magic he's destroying. It would help him. It would give him an advantage in Naruto and JJK. But One Piece, does it really have magic? Silver XP, please expand. I don't really know too much about One Piece. I've only read the first 300 odd chapters. So tell me, what do you mean, like devil heart hacks? Damn, been streaming for 45 minutes. I'm about to end the stream soon, guys. I only want to stream for a half hour, but you know, I just love talking about Black Clover with y'all. I mean, XD anime. I don't think that. I still don't think that makes it so that Gojo is stronger than, or Gojo means that he's planetary, because Gojo's whole, like, he's a walking hacks. That doesn't mean that he's planetary. Like, for example, if let's say you know, Black Clover is planetary, whatever, and Longris, it becomes the greatest magic knight ever, right? That doesn't mean he is planetary, because all of his defenses are based on using offensive spatial magic to take in every attack and negate it, and all of his attacks are based on existence erasure, removing space, cutting space. It's like the same logic. And actually, Yuta has more cursed energy than Gojo, which further supports that Gojo doesn't necessarily have to scale to it. Gojo's a walking W. He is a walking W. I love Gojo, but I think he's just overhyped in terms of power scaling. Z-Sun Goku, I think that if Asta went True Double Unit on top of his Mastered Zetten, you might be able to get him to Dwarf Star level, in terms of like the current meta. Langris one-shots Goku, or not Goku, Gojo. That would be an interesting matchup. Oreo, yes. I think Asa can beat Gojo. I'm making a video on it. Like, with verse equalization, he certainly does, and then even without verse equalization, he still certainly does. Yeah, Villain, I do think that Asta's Infinite Slash would slash Gojo Infinity. I don't even think he needs the Infinite Slash. I think it'd be just even regular Black Slashes would be fine. Luck versus Minato, that's a good idea too. Also, Minato versus Lumiere. The only issue is that Lumiere is not really a popular character anymore, so I don't think that video would be, you know, very well received in terms of interest. But yeah, guys, I'm about to end the stream. Sorry, but we're starting to get more people in, but I got more studying to do. I gotta take a quiz and finish my assignment, and I got 2 exams next week I gotta study for. I got a paper due tomorrow. I mean, the paper's almost. I got a lot of shit to do. I gotta edit these videos for you guys. Like, we're talking about Black Clover versus Naruto, but I gotta edit the video so you guys can even see what it's like. Anyway, so yeah, I would collab with I would collab with them. Yeah, I mean, Swag is I know the least about. I watched I have seen a fair amount of his videos, but he seems pretty cool. Seth, yeah, I would collab with him. And Six, yeah, I've watched a few Six videos. He makes pretty good Naruto content, even though I'm not really like super knowledgeable on Naruto. But yeah, everybody, please leave a like, join the Discord, all of that, and thanks for coming to the stream. I will be streaming again on Sunday, my chapter review, and hopefully my next video is on Monday. Thanks for the support, everybody, and have a good one, and peace out.